Star here from Diane, and welcome to my project for this week. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and I will say that I try to make a project every Sunday and one Wednesday of the month. So if you have never been to me before, please subscribe, then you won't miss out on anything. Now I decided to do one in this colour, which is called Pale Papaya, because I needed one for my blog hop on Wednesday the 11th of this January and I thought, well, I like the card, so which stands up like this, so I did another one. I cut another one out exactly the same, and it will be very much identical. I've got Pale Papaya for stamping as well. So I've done a little bit of the work for this card, and I call this a centre leg card. So this is the card we're making today. So I'm going to be using the Adorable Owls, which is from the celebration. So you can get this for free. Oh, sorry, the light's shining on that not very well today. So oops, no, let's move that. I don't know, it's not working today. Oh, there we go. That's maybe a little bit better. Okay, so this set is free with a $90 order, product order, not including postage. So, and I'm also going to be using the layering circles, which is in the annual catalogue, and I'm going to be using the scallop circle, which is the third largest one, and the 1, 2, 3, 4th largest in the plain. So that's what I'm going to be using for those. So I'll pop those on one side. Oh, and I'm going to be using It's Your Day and Hoot Hoot You're So Cute. So I've done all the colouring, but I will show you what we did, what I used, so as we go around. So I will bring these in and show you what we need. Okay, so I've done a bit here. For our main card, we need a piece of card that measures 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then for my insert piece, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. For my leg on the front of the card, this measures 6 1/2 by 2 7/8. And then my designer series paper, which was the perfectly penciled, which I coloured in this case, using my blend and pens. So I used the light and dark Pale Papaya for the flowers, the light and dark Granny Apple Green for the leaves, and the dark Pumpkin Pie for these little buds, or whatever you want to call them, in there. Now for my owl, I did the same, except for around his face here I used the light crumb cake with. So that's that done. So anyway, let's get back to this. Sorry, this piece measures 2 5/8. So that piece measured, did I say that one? Yes, I did. I'll say it again, 6 1/2 by 2 7/8. This piece measures 2 5/8 by 5 5/8. For my circles, you'll need circles that measure 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. So I got these out of pieces of card that measure 2 1/2 by, that's 3 1/4. These were just scraps that I had lying around. So that's 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, that piece. So, and then for my tag, you need a piece before it's flagged at 2 3/4 inches and by 3/4 of an inch, and this one measures 2 1/2 by 1/2 an inch. Okay, so that's all the bits we're going to need, and a piece of ribbon about 9 inches long if you're going to put a ribbon on it. Now I've still got some of these lovely gems from the 2021-23 in colours, and I'm going to be using them because they are in the annual catalogue and I want to use up, as I said earlier. So let's move them all out of the way, and we will start on our main pieces of card. There's only one tiny little bit of scoring, and that is on this piece here, this 6.5. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit less than 6.5, but it needs to be more than 5 7/8. So 5 7/8, and then, you know, like a 1/2 inch, so tab. So, but this was the width of piece I had, so that's why it's that one. So at 5 7/8, I'm going to give this a score, and I scored that with the skinny little ball, not the fat one. That's all the scoring we're going to do there. So let's pop that out of the way, and we're going to fold and burnish that piece over. Okay, so we can pop our piece of designer series paper onto the front of that one, like so. Now I haven't done a lot of layering on this one because I didn't think that it was really necessary. I thought the card does it all in this case. So I'll pop that flat again, and then I'm going to pop this piece on. Now just make sure that if you have a directional paper, that you have it in a portrait, so the length is the correct way up, like I have here. Now I'm going to bring in this piece. Now when I did this before, I put this on here like this and turned that over. Let's pop it this way around so it's easier, so I can see that I've got this even at both sides here. And then I'm going to pop my glue, let me pop that down, here we go, onto this piece here, just here, so that when I turn this over, this is why I did mine this length too, I've got this piece sitting out at the top here, like a little neck piece. The reason for that is when that sits on there like that, it's going to be the right length. So that's a little bit too high, maybe. Let's pull that back a little bit. But we've done that, so I showed you that way. But I'm going to do this way. I'm going to glue this directly onto here. So I'm going to glue on this side here. So you can do it either or way. Now I've pulled that off, and now I'm going to lay this like level with this one, trying to get the same gap either side, and then turn that over like so. So don't worry that I've got that there, because that will be covered. So when that's down like that, okay, it is the same length at the top and at the bottom. Now I thought of that in the middle of the night, believe it or not, after I'd cut it all out and I'd written my tutorial. So I will actually be rewriting my tutorial to match the way we've just done it there, instead of putting it on there and hoping you've got it in the right place. So I'm going to stamp this piece, and I'm going to stamp this in memento that says, "Hoot hoot, you're so cute." And for me, I hate this because this stamp set is not even straight. Look at that. Not straight with the words. And I can't turn that over because of that. So that's that. It's going to have to stay like that. Alright, so once we've done that, and that's the only bit of stamping on the inside, we're going to then glue this piece to the inside of the card. So now that piece that we did before, you can't see. So that's really good. Just get rid of that bit of glue there. And we virtually have our card made. So from here it's a matter of just decorating the card. So I have my ribbon, my things that I have tagged, and I used the pick a punch banners, and I cut one at 3/4 and one at 1/2 an inch. So it's a 1/2, 3/4 and 1 inch on these. This is multiple widths, so the widest width is 1 inch, next one down is half, and this slot right in the middle here is is 3/4, sorry. The one right in the middle here is 1/2 inch. Now for me, I'm going to just show you, I find once I've slit it in there, I turn it over so that when I've got this up, I can check that this is nice and even in here before I punch it out. I don't like to just pop it in and punch, because sometimes they go a bit off skew if the paper hasn't actually gone in really nice and even. So I find just turning it over, and then you can just use, you know, like your scissors or something, just to put it in line, because as you can see that one was a bit skewed out there. So I'm just gluing these down now. Now, as I said, I coloured this one using Papaya, light and dark, Granny Apple Green, light and dark, Pumpkin Pie, and Crumb Cake. So those were the colours that I used on this one. So I'm going to pop some dimensionals onto the back of the circles and onto the back of my saying. Now this one I actually put on here like this. This one I'm going to pop this on a bit differently. I'm going to do this one so that he's sitting up the top here a bit more and off the side without being, you know, there's no dimensional showing there. So I just felt like I wanted to do them a little bit different to each other, to make sure that they, I don't know. And I'm going to pop this one on an angle like so. So we're going to use some glue dots on my ribbon. And where are my glue dots? Here they are. Yep. I'm going to pop him on the side of him a little bit on the side like so. I'm going to pop that down, his piece down here. Come on, move down there, you silly thing. That's better. And then we can then trim them to match the size you want. Turn that around that way. There we go. So that's my ribbon on there, and we're going to pop on here some of these lovely gems. And I'm going to pop one down here and one up here and a smaller one on this side over here. So that's my card for today. It's been a very quick card today. You didn't see me do all the colouring. I just think that watching me colouring in is like watching paint dry. You don't need to see that. So if you would like me to do a video on just colouring in so I can show you the techniques used with the blenders, please let me know. But that's my card for today. I call this a centre leg card. If you would like the written tutorial for this, please head over to Diane for stamping, crafting and tutorials. You'll find the link down below here. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today's card. I know I'm a bit of a muddled puddle some days. I think that's because it's warm outside and I'm just not coping with the heat. It took for ages to get here and now it's just gone crazy. So anyway, that's the card for today. If you would like to subscribe, I would love that. You can always check out my Pinterest account too. And on my blog you will find the colour creation blog hop for this card as well. So all the links are down below, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.